In family business, there's a tendency with the majority shareholders to kind of impose their view of how things should be done. The majority shareholders, or the people that feel their views have more validity for whatever reason, push their view through without proper discussion, and that could create fissures within the family. I really believe that in some ways it's impossible for an external individual to prescribe any kind of solution to a family from the outside. My view on how issues should be addressed really is from the family members trying to understand all the different kinds of structures and configurations and governance policies that other families have, and try and look at their own family and find out what the best fit is. Families in Asia have a certain cultural context that they would have to be sensitive to. This is a very intangible set of operating principles, methods of interaction between family members that they would have to understand. The outlaw is someone who marries into the family and will obviously have an impact on the dynamics of the business side of the family. I mean, anyone moving into a family will obviously change, the pool they enter. The positives really depend on the way the family and the business they represent see the people coming in. In my culture, the people that would end up marrying into the family would very much be separate from the family in the business sense. Now, this creates a problem when the business and the family are intrinsically tied together, because there could be the perception that they are being left out. It would be very positive in any culture if a person who married into the family tried to look at the family as objectively as possible, to analyze the problems without wanting to get too involved with the dynamic. I think some families have issues even without new people coming in. It further complicates the situation because they haven't really been able to find a structure that works for them. If they hold resentment, they have a lot of issues with other members of the family. With the kids getting married off, it brings even more complication without the core issues being resolved. That could deepen those divisions. It's so cliche, but the communication between generations is something that might be difficult for some families. Just even parents being able to see their children as the people ultimately inheriting these shares and this ownership and the responsibilities that go with that. I know my dad will always see me as, the kid that crashed his bicycle onto his car. That will never change. So the question is now, how do you sort of acknowledge that these individuals will never be your equal, but you need to have discussions on that level to ensure, an understanding of the dynamic, not just of the business, but how the family would work together.